The whispers in your mind are growing louder with each passing moment. Success seems to dance just beyond your fingertips, teasing you with its proximity, yet remaining frustratingly out of reach. You watch others achieve their dreams while wondering why fortune seems to favor them and not you. But what if I told you that success isn't the mysterious, elusive creature you've been led to believe it is? The greatest lie ever sold to humanity is that success is a matter of luck. This deception has kept millions trapped in mediocrity, waiting for their turn, hoping lightning will strike, praying for their moment in the sun. But success isn't a lightning bolt, it's a garden. And like any garden, it grows according to specific, unchanging principles. The last time you called someone lucky, was it really luck, or was it the inevitable result of a system at work? When a farmer plants seeds in spring and harvests crops in fall, do we call it luck? When a builder follows blueprints and creates a house, is that luck? When a chef follows a recipe and produces a magnificent meal, do we attribute it to good fortune? Your understanding of success has been corrupted by observations without context. You see the harvest, but not the planting. You see the building, but not the blueprint. You see the meal, but not the recipe. You've been studying the results while ignoring the system that created them. Let me ask you something that might shake your core beliefs. Have you ever noticed that the same people seem to get lucky over and over again? How is it that some individuals consistently find themselves in the right place at the right time, while others perpetually miss opportunities? The answer lies not in the stars, but in their systems. Success leaves clues. It's not random, not capricious, not selective. Success is the natural, inevitable outcome of correctly applied principles. Just as water always flows downhill, just as spring always follows winter, success flows to those who understand and apply its fundamental laws. Consider two individuals starting a journey. One begins walking in random directions, hoping to reach their destination. The other consults a map, plans their route, and moves with purpose. Who do you think will arrive first? Who do you think will arrive at all? Success without a system is like trying to reach a destination without a map. Possible, perhaps, but infinitely more difficult. Your current results are not a reflection of your potential. They're a reflection of your system. If you're not where you want to be, it's not because you're unlucky. It's because you're operating with an ineffective system. The good news? Systems can be learned, adopted, and mastered. The most basic system in your life, your morning routine. Whether you realize it or not, you follow a sequence of actions each morning. This sequence, this system, largely determines how your day unfolds. If your morning system is chaos, your day reflects that chaos. If your morning system is ordered, your day tends toward order. The same principle applies to every aspect of success. The system you use to manage your time, your energy, your resources, these determine your results. The system you use to make decisions, to solve problems, to create value, these shape your destiny. Nothing is random, everything is cause and effect. Let me share something that might revolutionize your thinking. Success isn't about working harder, it's about working systematically. The most successful people aren't necessarily the ones who put in the most hours. They're the ones who have developed systems that maximize the value of every hour they invest. Your current situation is the result of the systems you're currently using, whether you're conscious of them or not. If you're struggling financially, you have a system for managing money. It's just not a very good one. If your relationships are challenging, you have a system for handling relationships. It's just not serving you well. The areas of your life where you're already successful. Look closely and you'll find systems at work. Perhaps you're healthy because you have a system for exercise and nutrition. Perhaps you're punctual because you have a system for managing time. These aren't accidents, they're the results of systematic approaches. The most dangerous belief you can hold is that success is out of your control. This belief makes you passive, waiting for luck instead of creating systems. It makes you reactive, responding to circumstances instead of creating them. It makes you a victim of chance instead of a master of destiny. Consider how many times you've started something with enthusiasm, only to abandon it when results didn't come quickly enough. This isn't a failure of effort, it's a failure of systems. Without a systematic approach, enthusiasm always wanes. Without a systematic approach, results are always inconsistent. Look at your hands for a moment. These same hands that now rest in your lap are capable of creating masterpieces or merely moving papers from one pile to another. The difference isn't in the hands, it's in the system they follow. A master craftsman and a novice have the same basic tools. The difference lies in how systematically they use them. Have you ever watched a child learning to tie their shoes? At first it seems impossible, a complex dance of loops and pulls. But with a system, with clear steps followed in sequence, This impossible task becomes automatic. Success in any area follows the same principle. What seems complex becomes simple when reduced to systematic steps. The difference between where you are and where you want to be is not talent. It's not luck. It's not circumstances. It's the gap between the systems you're currently using and the systems required to achieve your goals. Every level of success requires its own specific system. Using a basic system while hoping for exceptional results is like trying to build a skyscraper with tools meant for a garden shed. Your mind craves systems. It's how we're wired. When you drive home from work, you follow a system, a sequence of turns and streets that reliably leads to your destination. When you cook a familiar meal, you follow a system. These systems free your mind from mundane decisions, allowing you to focus on what matters. But here's what most people miss. The same principle that makes routine tasks easier can make extraordinary achievement possible. Success isn't about having special powers. It's about having superior systems. The most successful people aren't superhuman. They've just developed and refined better systems for achieving their goals. The last time you felt overwhelmed, was it really the task that overwhelmed you, or was it the lack of a clear system for handling it? When you have a reliable system, even complex challenges become manageable. Without a system, even simple tasks can feel insurmountable. The myth of natural talent has done more harm than good. It suggests that some people are born for success while others aren't. But look closely at any natural talent, and you'll find systems at work. They may not call them systems, they may not even be conscious of them, but their consistent success comes from consistent patterns of thought and action. In other words, systems. Consider how many times you've started and stopped. How many New Year's resolutions have faded by February? How many diets have lasted less than a week? How many business ideas have remained just ideas? This isn't because you lack willpower. It's because you tried to achieve systematic results without developing systems. Your brain is constantly creating systems, whether you realize it or not. Every habit, every pattern, every routine is a system. The question isn't whether you have systems, it's whether your systems are serving your goals or sabotaging them. The person who can't save money has a system for spending. The person who's always late has a system for managing time. They're just not the right systems for their desired outcomes. Let me share something profound. Success isn't about what you do occasionally. It's about what your systems compel you to do consistently. A poor system executed consistently will outperform a perfect system executed sporadically. The power lies in the consistency that only systems can provide, eating with a fork. You don't consciously think about how to hold it, how to stab your food, how to lift it to your mouth. The system is so ingrained that it's automatic. Success works the same way. When you develop the right systems, successful actions become as natural as using a fork. The most dangerous systems are the ones you're not aware of. These unconscious patterns shape your life while flying under the radar of your awareness. The way you think about money, the way you approach challenges, the way you handle stress. These are all systems operating without your conscious input. Your current results are perfect. They're exactly what your current systems are designed to produce. If you want different results, you need different systems. This isn't about trying harder within your existing systems. It's about developing new systems that naturally produce the results you want. Consider how many times you've heard someone say, "I'm just not good at," followed by something they've never systematically tried to improve. "I'm just not good with money. I'm just not a morning person. I'm just not organized." These aren't fixed traits. They're the results of inadequate systems. The beauty of systems is that they remove emotion from the equation. When you have a solid system, you don't need to feel motivated. You don't need to feel inspired. You don't need to feel ready. The system carries you through regardless of how you feel. This is why systematic success is reliable success. The last time you achieved something significant, break it down, and you'll find a system at work. Maybe you didn't call it a system. Maybe it wasn't formally structured. But there was a pattern, a sequence, a reliable way of doing things that led to those results. Your potential is not the issue. Your capability is not the question. The only relevant question is, are your systems equal to your aspirations? If not, the solution isn't to lower your aspirations, it's to elevate your systems. Watch a master at work in any field, and you'll witness the power of refined systems. They make the difficult look easy, not because they're gifted, but because they've developed systems that eliminate unnecessary motion, reduce confusion, and maximize effectiveness. What looks like talent is often just a superior system in action. Have you noticed how often people blame external factors for their lack of success? The economy, the competition, the market, the timing, these become convenient excuses. But here's the truth that few want to face. For every external condition you can name, someone has succeeded despite it. The difference isn't in the conditions. It's in the systems they use to navigate those conditions. Your habits are systems. Your routines are systems. Your responses to challenges are systems. Even your excuses are systems. Every result in your life comes from a system, either one you've consciously designed or one you've unconsciously accepted. The choice isn't whether to have systems. The choice is whether to have systems that serve you or systems that limit you. Consider the simple act of saving money. One person tries to save what's left at the end of the month, a system destined for failure. Another automatically transfers a fixed percentage of every paycheck to savings before spending a dime, a system designed for success. Same goal, different systems, vastly different results. The most powerful systems often appear simple on the surface. They don't require complex calculations or elaborate procedures. They work because they align with natural laws in human nature. The best systems reduce friction, eliminate decisions, and make the right action the easy action. How many times you've known what to do but failed to do it? This isn't a failure of knowledge, it's a failure of systems. Knowledge without systems is like having a map without a vehicle. It shows you where to go, but doesn't help you get there. Your relationship with failure reveals your understanding of systems. When you see failure as final, you're thinking in events. When you see failure as feedback, you're thinking in systems. Every failure is simply information about what adjustments your system needs. Let me share something that might change how you view success forever. Success is not a destination you reach. It's a system you build. Once you build the right system, success becomes inevitable. Not because you're lucky, but because you're systematic. Consider how many people start businesses hoping to get rich quick. They're thinking in events. One big score, one lucky break. But sustainable success comes from building systems. Systems for finding customers, delivering value, managing resources, and solving problems. The quality of your questions creates the quality of your systems. Asking, "Why can't I?" creates systems of limitation. Asking, "How can I?" creates systems of possibility. The questions you habitually ask yourself are part of your operating system for life. Your current systems are perfectly designed to give you your current results. If you're not satisfied with those results, the solution isn't to work harder within the same systems. It's to develop new systems that naturally produce the results you want. Learning to drive. At first, every action required conscious thought. Now you drive while holding conversations, planning your day, even solving problems. What changed? You developed a system that handles the mechanics of driving automatically, freeing your mind for other tasks. The most expensive things in life are poor systems. They cost you time, energy, opportunities, and dreams. A poor system for managing money doesn't just cost you dollars, it costs you freedom. A poor system for managing time doesn't just cost you hours, it costs you life. Your mindset is a system, perhaps the most important system you possess. It filters your experiences, interprets your results, and shapes your responses. A fixed mindset is a system designed for limitation. A growth mindset is a system designed for expansion. Consider how many times you've reinvented the wheel in your life. How many times have you solved the same problem, made the same decision, faced the same challenge? This repetition is a sign that you need better systems. Systems eliminate repetitive thinking and decision-making. The difference between professionals and amateurs often comes down to systems. Amateurs rely on inspiration. Professionals rely on systems. Amateurs work when they feel like it. Professionals work according to their systems. Amateurs hope for results. Professionals create systems that guarantee results. The last time you felt truly confident, that confidence came from having a reliable system, knowing exactly what to do and how to do it. True confidence isn't about believing in yourself in some abstract way. It's about trusting in your systems. Your environment is a system. It either supports your goals or undermines them. The books on your shelves, the people in your circle, the content you consume, these aren't random elements. They're parts of a system that shapes your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Let me share something crucial. The size of your success is limited by the sophistication of your systems. Small systems produce small results. Sophisticated systems produce sophisticated results. The good news? You can start with simple systems and gradually refine them. Look around you right now. Every successful person you admire started exactly where you are, with a decision to build better systems. They didn't wait for success to find them. They didn't hope for luck to smile upon them. They systematically created the conditions that made their success inevitable. The most profound truth about systems is that they work whether you believe in them or not. A gardening system produces plants whether the gardener believes it will work. A financial system produces wealth whether the investor has confidence. The power is in the system, not in your belief about it. Consider how many areas of your life are currently on autopilot. Your morning routine, your work habits, your eating patterns. These automated systems are running your life. The question isn't whether you have systems. The question is, are your current systems taking you where you want to go? Your excuses are more expensive than you realize. Every time you blame circumstances, luck, or other people, you're choosing to remain trapped in inferior systems. The moment you take responsibility is the moment you gain the power to build better systems. The last time you achieved something significant, break it down step by step. You'll find a system at work, a sequence of actions that led to your desired result. Success leaves clues, but only if you're willing to look for the system behind the success. The most dangerous phrase in your vocabulary is, "That's just how I am." It's an admission that you've accepted your current systems as unchangeable. But systems can be learned, unlearned, and relearned. You're not fixed, you're just operating on outdated systems. Your daily rituals are systems in disguise. The way you start your day, the way you handle stress, the way you approach challenges, these aren't random behaviors. They're systematic responses you've developed over time. Change the system, change the response. And consider how many times you've said, "I'll try." This word try is often a sign of systematic weakness. You don't try to brush your teeth. You don't try to drive to work. You do these things because you have systems for them. Success requires the same systematic certainty. The difference between where you are and where you want to be is not just a matter of effort. It's a matter of systems. The right system makes difficult things easier. The wrong system makes easy things difficult. Which kind of systems are you currently operating under? Let me share something powerful. Every breakthrough in your life will come from a breakthrough in your systems. New levels of success require new systems. You cannot reach new heights using systems designed for lower altitudes. The goals you've abandoned in the past, were they really too difficult, or did you lack the proper systems to achieve them? Goals without systems are just wishes. Systems without goals are just routines. You need both working in harmony. Your income is a reflection of your systems. Your health is a reflection of your systems. Your relationships are a reflection of your systems. Everything you are or aren't, have or don't have, can be traced back to the systems you're using or failing to use. The most successful people aren't necessarily the most talented or the most intelligent. They're the ones who have developed the most effective systems for leveraging whatever talents and intelligence they possess. Consider how many decisions you make each day. Each decision depletes your mental energy. But when you have systems in place, many decisions become automatic. This frees your mind to focus on what truly matters rather than being drained by routine choices. Your habits are simply systems on autopilot. Bad habits are systems too. They're just systems that work against your goals. The key isn't to break bad habits, but to replace them with systematic behaviors that serve your purposes. The last time you felt overwhelmed. Overwhelm is often a sign of inadequate systems. When you have robust systems in place, complexity becomes manageable. Challenges become opportunities. Obstacles become stepping stones. The quality of your life is directly proportional to the quality of your systems. This isn't just about work or business. It applies to every area of life. Your systems for health, relationships, personal growth, and spiritual development all contribute to your overall quality of life. Consider how often you've started something with enthusiasm only to see that enthusiasm fade. Enthusiasm is an event. Systems are processes. Enthusiasm gets you started, but only systems keep you going. The key is to build systems that work even when enthusiasm wanes. Your current results are giving you precise feedback about your current systems. If you're not satisfied with the feedback, the solution isn't to ignore it or explain it away. The solution is to adjust your systems until they produce the results you want. Let me tell you something crucial. The path to any goal is shorter with the right system. Without a system, you're wandering. With a system, you're following a proven path. The question isn't whether you'll reach your destination. It's how efficiently you'll get there. How many times you've heard someone say, "I'm waiting for my big break." This is the language of chance, not systems. Success through systems doesn't require breaks or luck. It requires understanding, application, and refinement. The most beautiful thing about systems is that they compound. Just as money grows through compound interest, success grows through compound improvements in your systems. Small systematic improvements consistently applied create enormous results over time. Your current situation is nothing more than the accumulated results of your past systems. Your future situation will be nothing less than the accumulated results of your current systems. The choice is yours. Will you keep running old systems and hoping for new results? Or will you build new systems designed for the success you seek? Consider how often you compare yourself to others. This comparison often leads to discouragement because you're comparing your behind-the-scenes reality to someone else's highlight reel. But when you understand systems, you realize that their results came from their systems. Build better systems, and better results will follow. The most expensive education is the one that doesn't result in new systems. Knowledge without application is just information. True learning happens when you translate information into systematic action that produces consistent results. The areas of your life where you're already successful. Look closely and you'll find systems at work. You might not have called them systems, but they're reliable patterns of thought and action that consistently produce the results you want. Your self-image is a system. It determines what you believe is possible, what actions you'll take, what opportunities you'll recognize. If your self-image is limited, your systems will be limited. If your self-image is expansive, your systems will reflect that expansion. Consider the power of systematic thinking. When you face a challenge, do you react emotionally or respond systematically? Emotional reactions are random and unreliable. Systematic responses are consistent and effective. The difference between being busy and being productive is systems. Busy people work hard within poor systems. Productive people create systems that multiply their effectiveness. One approaches work as an event, the other as a system. Let me share something profound. The highest form of self-respect is building systems that serve your future. When you create systems that protect your time, energy, and resources, you're saying something powerful about your own worth. The legacy you want to leave. A legacy isn't built on sporadic efforts or occasional brilliance. It's built on systems that consistently create value, systems that can be taught and replicated, systems that continue producing results long after you're gone. Your problems have patterns. Your successes have patterns. Your failures have patterns. These patterns are systems in disguise. When you understand this, you stop seeing your life as a series of random events and start seeing it as the result of systematic processes. Consider how many goals you've set without creating systems to achieve them. This is like deciding on a destination without planning the journey. The goal is just the beginning. The system is the path that takes you there. The most powerful question you can ask yourself is not, what do I want? But what systems do I need to build to get what I want? The first question focuses on desire. The second focuses on design. Desire without design is just dreaming, the difference between hope and strategy. Hope is waiting for good things to happen. Strategy is creating systems that make good things happen. One is passive, the other active. One leaves success to chance, the other makes it systematic. Your current systems are either building your future or sabotaging it. There's no neutral ground. Every pattern, every habit, every routine is taking you somewhere. The question is, are your systems taking you where you want to go? Consider how many times you've said, if only I had more time, more money, more support. But success doesn't come from having more resources. It comes from having better systems for using whatever resources you have. The most reliable path to any goal is through systems. Motivation fades. Willpower depletes. But systems once established continue working regardless of how you feel. They're the bridge between intention and result. Let me share one final truth. The decision to build better systems is the decision to build a better life. It's not enough to want different results. It's not enough to work harder. You must systematically redesign how you approach every aspect of your life. You're standing at a crossroads right now. One path leads to more of the same, working hard, within systems that don't serve you, hoping for different results. The other path leads to transformation, the systematic redesign of your approach to success. The choice is yours, but the consequences of that choice are governed by law. Continue with your current systems, and you'll continue getting your current results. Build new systems, and you'll create new possibilities. Remember this. Success isn't just something that happens to you. It's something that happens through you, through the systems you build, the patterns you establish, the habits you cultivate. Your systems are either working for you or against you. There is no middle ground. The time for hoping and wishing is over. The time for building systems has begun. Start where you are. Use what you have. Build what you need. Success isn't luck, it's a system. And systems can be built. Your future is waiting, not for luck, not for chance, not for someone else's permission. Your future is waiting for you to build the systems that will make success not just possible, but inevitable. The only question is, are you ready to begin? The transformation starts now. Not with a giant leap, but with a systematic step in the right direction. Build the systems. Trust the process. Watch the results unfold. Your systematic success story is waiting to be written. Pick up the pen, start writing. Begin now. Every footstep you take leaving this room will either reinforce old systems or begin creating new ones. The coffee you buy tomorrow morning, the time you set your alarm, the way you respond to challenges, these aren't just choices, they're system decisions that will echo through time. Right now, in this moment, your mind is processing a decision. Will you let this be just another talk, just another moment of temporary inspiration? Or will this be the moment your life changed because you finally understood the fundamental truth, that your life is a system of systems? The person sitting next to you might go home and continue with their old patterns. They might wake up tomorrow and follow the same cycles that have kept them where they are. But you've seen behind the curtain. You've glimpsed the machinery of success. You can never again blame luck or chance because you now know better. What happens in the next 24 hours will reveal everything. Most people feel inspired for a moment, then let that inspiration fade. But those who understand systems know that inspiration is just the spark. The real power lies in the systematic changes you begin making the moment you leave this room. Tonight, before you rest your head on your pillow, you'll have already made dozens of system decisions. Tomorrow morning, you'll make dozens more. Each one is a brick in the foundation of your future. Each one is either building your new life or reinforcing your old one. The most dangerous moment is right now, when you're feeling ready to change but haven't yet committed to the systems that will create that change. This gap between knowing and doing is where most dreams go to die. Don't let your dreams die in that gap. Your future self is watching this moment right now, waiting to see what you'll do with this understanding. Will you be the one who got it? Who really understood that success isn't about luck or chance or even hard work alone? It's about building, refining, and trusting in systems. The next time someone tells you you're lucky, smile quietly to yourself, because you'll know something they don't. That what they call luck is really the inevitable result of the systems you're building right now in this moment with every choice you make. Stand up, walk out, build your systems, trust your systems. Watch as what others call luck becomes what you know as design. Your systematic success story begins now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. The only question remaining is, what's the first system you're going to build or change? Your answer to that question will echo through the chambers of your destiny. Choose wisely, choose systematically, choose now. Remember, every success story you admire started with this exact realization. Success isn't luck, it's a system. And now that you know this truth, you can never go back to believing in luck again. The only way forward is through systems, your success, your legacy. Rise up, step forward, build your systems. Your time is now.